Disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Do not attempt this at home. Vitiated how-to will not be responsible because you decided to be a cheap ass and not hire a professional.
On with the show.
Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make inserts for your shoes the cheap way. Well, it's also kind of a homemade orthotic, if you will, because I'm on my right side, I'm 1 inch shorter than I am on my left. So this is cheaper than an orthotic. And back in the day, growing up, this is what we used for padding for our shoes when our parents would buy the cheap ass shoes. First thing you want to do, get you an old flip-flop. They're cheap, dime a dozen. I mean, the cushion this is going to provide, it's worth it, trust me. I paid $2 for both of them, so $1 a piece. Next thing you're going to do is take the insert from your shoe. The type of shoe that I have, the insert comes out fairly easy. Some do, some don't. Next thing you're going to want to do, pick what side of the flip-flop works for you. If it's that side or if it's this side. I'm doing reverse kinda because the top of it, as you've seen, has graphics on it and the bottom does not. So I'm gonna do it this way. Then you kind of get it where you want it. The next thing you're going to want to do is take a pen or a magic marker and trace it. Trace out the design of your insert from your shoe. It ain't got to be perfect, but it would probably be smart to do it pretty damn close to right the first time, so you ain't doing this twice. But there's some people nowadays, they love doing things twice. And me being flat-footed too, which a lot of people are not, these help also. And all my shoes are flat-footed, so there's that. All right. Well, we got that. Fine. You can cut this many different ways. I got a pair of utility scissors. So that way I can cut it with utility scissors. I use these damn things for everything. I got one pair that I had, since '96. Most of you weren't even born that long ago. And they work better than most humans do nowadays. And as you see, cut that right off. All right, now that I got it cut, next thing you want to do is undo your shoelaces. Now keep in mind, because the thickness of this flip-flop, it only works in canvas shoes. If they're real solid leather or real tight leather, it's not going to work unless you stretch the shoe. Or unless you upsize it. If you get a bigger size like I wear, these here I think are 12s. No, these are 13s. So if I got a 14 and this was all leather, then this wouldn't be a problem. But because it's not all leather, 13 is fine. So the canvas. Now that you got your shoestrings out pretty far and you got the shoe kind of stretched, you stick the flip-flop in there. You make sure it goes down where it belongs. And it pushes down in there. If you stick your feet in there and it seems like it's kind of hard, or if you put your hand around here, the edge here of your shoe and it seems like it's protruding out further than it should, then you take it out and you kind of adjust it, cut it back and forth, or whatever you need to do to it. But for the most part, mine fit perfect. Little side note, especially if you have Hokas or a type of shoe that's like these, the way the canvas is made, if you walk on the outside of your feet, this ain't gonna last too long. Or if you got the bigger Hokas that are a little different from these and the sole is thicker, it automatically makes you walk on the side of your feet. It's just the way the shoes are. They suck. These ain't so bad. I've done this with Nikes before. I've done this with the old Chuck Taylors. Works really well for them because there ain't no padding in them damn shoes whatsoever. But you put the flip-flop in there, it's like walking on air. And as a poor kid growing up in the ghetto, this is what we used to do. Because flip-flops were dime a dozen. I mean, people used to just throw them away. So they wasn't nothing to take and add to your shoes, and it's like walking on air from that point on. So I mean, it works really well. And for, again, people like me that has a discrepancy on one side or the other and try to readjust it, it's way cheaper than a $400 orthotic, which each one of mine cost for each one of my feet, supposedly. Capitalism. So, that right there, and you can even see the price tag, 99 cents. Men's flip-flops. So I paid $1 for each one. And the plus side to it is, when this one wears out, if it wears out before the shoe does, I'll take the other one, flip it over, and cut it to this length and size, and then I got two. So there's two of them. And also kind of another side note, this flip-flop is a little thicker than it needs to be. So I'm going to have to break it in a little bit. But all my shoes are about the same size. So I can go from shoe to shoe to shoe, for the most part, the different size. And these are the ones I wear a lot. So it ain't no problem me breaking this in. But you can also get thinner flip-flops for different types of shoes. But the same concept works. The same idea, so enjoy.